races back to Temple Island, and the first of our Jubilee heats, Northwich Rowing Club against York City Rowing Club. And let's have a close eye on this start. This is very challenging with the wind, with the current. Temple Island is not for the faint-hearted at the best of times. It's not the best of times right now with this wind. And just having a look on the Berkshire side, Northwich have strayed out into the middle a little bit and have been slower out the blocks there.
Yeah, and when you look at this camera angle, we can't quite see as we would from behind, but it gets a sense that you're right, they're really quite close. And that brings the Buckinghamshire side, the one on this closest to us, really close to the booms, and we don't want to see anything going wrong for these young athletes. But both boats are now back on course, they're managing it well, and it is York City who look like they have got themselves out and are racing well.
They have, but the umpire's not entirely happy. They're just reorganising the path they're heading along. York City being encouraged to head back towards their side of the water to the Buck station.
And I think that can easily happen. You get close to the booms and then manage your way a little bit away from them, feels a bit more comfortable, and end up in the middle of the river, as we've seen just there. The umpire's warned, and you can see that flag is still out, so he's still asking for a little bit more there. Andy Crawford, I think, is umpiring that. He's put his white flag down now. He's happier. And what actually that's done is move the Norwich one crew over again. So, but actually from the crew behind, you can go wherever you want. So I'm not sure he'll be too worried about that, because the things we're worried about as umpires is interference or fouls. Foul is when the boat hits each other. Interference is when they wash each other down, and you have to be ahead to wash the crew down.
Well, looking at Northwich here, they have had a bit of a snake along the 80-foot that they've got between the booms, but they're well organised now, and they are leading, so it's not caused York City in the lead, and no bother at all for them in the Jubilee. But a good test. The umpire was busy, which I like to see. I know you said we don't want to see anyone come to grief on the booms. Yeah, from a human point of view, but from a sporting drama point of view, Sarah.
You're all about the drama, Tim.
Well, I'm here.
And I think the things that are contributing to the need to steer, we've got two strategies in this boat. We have the bow woman steering in the Northwich crew and the stroke woman steering in the York City crew. So they've got different athletes in the boat with the feet, where the feet is. So, but what's contributing is where there's gaps in the barriers, you can get some wash coming in. We've talked about the wind, and it is hard to stay on top of the boat when you're also spending all your energy racing.
This is junior women quad sculls in the Jubilee. Under 18s before last September the 1st is the rule, so they're all pretty young. Shiplake beat Marlow in last year's final. So a very local contested final in the Jubilee last time out. This is not so local. York City at the moment easing their way past Northwich. There's Northwich, you can see now in the centre of your picture. Some work to do.
And we'll see Shiplake starting racing later in the week, and they are again going very, very well this year. So they will probably be watching this to see what their competition might look like later on in the regatta. So
they are carving out a nice lead in the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup. We'll be talking about this in a minute, the naming of this particular event. Put Sarah Wilkes on the hot seat for a moment in the spotlight. Here they are then, heading their way home. It's been good, hasn't it? They've because this is a tough event, a very technical event, isn't it? The quads here, longer course, tough conditions. They're very young. They've belied their years, really, haven't they?
Yeah, this event now has been going, I think, 20 years, or we've had 20 races in it, and it's really we've seen it develop, women's rowing and schoolgirl quad racing. The standard is just incredible. That merits there being 24 crews in the main draw of this event. These are really good top-class crews, and as you say, there's a lot to manage. 8 blades, steering yourself, getting yourself through this course, but it is York City Rowing Club we're watching, who have done a fantastic job of that today. They're about to come up to the progress board, which kind of means 11, 10 more efforts, 10 more strokes to coming through.
York City taking the applause. their first home in front of Stewards, which is ram-packed already. Smooth, mature, and safely through to the second round in the Jubilee. York City over the line now. Comfortable victory. 4 or 5 lengths on Northwich Rowing Club. Quads is always brilliant to watch. A lot happens in quads racing here. It was an exciting race, but well done to York City's youngsters.
And victory, but you can see that it cost them. It looked long, strong, easy, but they were, you know, their bodies, their physiology now is catching back up with them. They're trying to breathe in, and Northwich there, we can see from Chester, you know, just heads down. They gave it absolutely everything, managed the boat down the course, but on this occasion, second.